I'm breaking out, I'm breaking in. I just can't help this state I'm in. I'm on my way, y'all. So put your shades on, this light's so bright, it's blinding. I'm radiating love, I'm radiating love, I'm radiating love. Breaking free, I'm breaking ground. I can't explain this thing I found. The clouds have moved on. I got my groove on. This pep in my steps infectious. I'm radiating love. I'm radiating love. I'm radiating love. I've been stuck in a rut. I've been shit out of luck. I've been wondering what is up with me. And then I realize it's up to me to decide. I can just be radiating love. I'm radiating love. I'm radiating love. I'm radiating love.
Good morning. You are an irresistible magnet to bring unto yourself with the power that is within you right here, right now. Nothing has to be added. Nothing even has to be taken away. The power that is within you right now allows you to be the magnet to bring forth, to attract what it is you have decided to have in your life. You can do it right this second, right here, right now. And we welcome you to the New Thought Spiritual Center Sunday celebration, seminar, workshop, whatever we do it all right here in 1 hour every Sunday morning, whether you're with us live here on a Sunday or watch us some other time during the week. We are here for you, and we are so glad that you have brought your consciousness with ours. It expands us. It brings us more joy, more happiness, more greatness when we are all together. And I appreciate you guys showing up and doing the work. That's what we're going to talk about today, showing up and doing the work. For those who are new, and we get new people all around the world, and we welcome you, of course, as well. We have some statements of principles, what the New Thought Spiritual Center is all about. Watch this, and you'll see. Yes, I don't bring up the theme of the year, which is communing with your greatness, often enough. That's what we're talking about all year. That's what I have. That's what I use to base the themes that we have every month. And the theme this month is declarations, because that's what we're talking about all month, declaring what it is we have decided to have in our lives, declaring that in our hearts and our minds and our guts, and thus attracting it like that magnet I talk about every beginning of our services on Sunday. That magnet that is within us that attracts through the law of cause and effect into our lives that which we have declared to have. But communing with your greatness, that's what we're doing all year. We're communing with that greatness that is within us right here, right now. That greatness, that power, that energy, that divine love and wisdom that comes from the universe, that comes from that one singularity, that energy that started it all, that created it all, that constantly creates it all. Every month, we also highlight one of our statements of principles, and this month we are highlighting our purpose statement. And you kind of can't see that. I didn't put that at the right angle, but you can see it now. There you go. Reveal the divinity in you. It's our purpose statement. It's the purpose of this whole thing. The whole New Thought Spiritual Center idea is to reveal the divinity that is within you. And that coincides with communing with your greatness, because as you reveal that divinity that's already there, that's already happening, you start communing with it, you start communicating with it, you start walking around as it, with that power, that energy, that love, and that wisdom that is natural. It's just natural for each and every one of us. We get to choose whether we want to express that naturalness or not, but it is natural. So that's what we want to talk about, is revealing that divinity. And I'll get more into that as we get to our talk this morning. Today, we're going to have lots of music today. I love lots of music. We're going to have lots of music today. And as is usual for our last week of the month, our producer and director and in-house songwriter, Steve Apperson, is going to bring us a new song and another song that you might have heard before several months ago of his. And we're going to have a little talk with Steve in just a moment. First, let's take a deep breath together. We're going to do a spiritual mind treatment, which is an affirmative prayer. And we're going to get this going. You ready? Take a deep breath with me through your nose. Hold it in. Let it out through your mouth. Now you can close your eyes now if it's comfortable for you, but you don't have to. You don't have to close your eyes when this is happening. You can look, you can have a soft focus, but I do ask you to stop for whatever you're doing, making breakfast, etc., making brunch. Pull over if you're driving and just listening to the podcast version. And take another deep breath with me. Hold it in. Hold that godness, that divinity, that spirit within you in, and then let it out. Because what we're going to know together in this moment is that we reveal that divinity that is within each and every one of us. We understand that there is one mind, there is one power, there is this one loving energy in the universe. In all the planets and all of the cosmos, there's this one energy. You can call it what you want. But know that this energy expresses itself in each and every one of us here and now. It matters not your name. It matters not where you came from. It matters not what you did yesterday. That power, that presence, that love is within you right now. So we are going to, at this moment, declare and claim that divinity, declare and claim that communion with that greatness, that magnificence that is naturally within us. Whether we've used it or not, whether we have attached ourselves to it or not before, we are doing that right now. we commune with, we attach ourselves with, we declare with that wisdom and that love and that light of the universal spirit. And in that, we bring forth into our lives our greatest self, our highest self, our most optimized self. And we know that it is magnificent. It is fabulous. It is succulent. And we are bold and brave in it to bring forth into our lives health and affluence and influence and friendships and love and peace and calm and grace. We do this here and now. We do this with the power that is within us. We do this with the revelation of the divinity that is expressing itself within you, me, all of us. And with great appreciation and gratitude, knowing this is true and this is now, I release this word into the law of cause and effect that always says yes, that always listens to that which each of us wants to attract into our lives, that beauty, that wisdom. It is now. As together we say, and so it is. Rock and roll, rock and roll. So Steve, are you there? He's got to press buttons and run back and forth. So I see him standing there. Oh, no, he's doing. I was getting. I was thinking that maybe I had to bring you in there, which I can. Watch me. Here we go. There he goes. Oh, he did it himself. Then he's walking back. Hey, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Happy July 31, everybody.
July 31st, the last day of July. Start a new month tomorrow. Very exciting.
Yeah, the backside of the whole year.
Oh, good. Good. Yeah, I want to talk a little bit about your year. So many great things happening for you. First, tell me a little bit about this. Is this the new song you wrote?
This is the new song, Reverend. This one's called Ask For It. And
tell me a little bit about it without.
The song's a little overdue because, 12 years ago, I remember working on a project and I'm having an artistic issue. And, someone from the Thoughtaholic place there said, well, why don't you just ask the universe? And I go, what? Yeah, just ask the universe. And that's what I do with all the songs that I contribute each month. I get to a place, I ask for a melody, and the universe gives me something to spin, and that's what I bring you each month. And I've asked the universe for a lot of things, and in my daily rituals, the main thing I do is I ask the universe that I really want to make this day count. That's what it really means to me.
Yeah, that's great. Well, let me step out and you sing this song, and I'll come back to you in a minute.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's just what it is. It's just kind of making it count, having fun with it, singing where it leads. And because lately, I've asked I asked to be a leader and a boss. I asked to be an artistic albatross. I asked to live outrageously and loud. Give you my greatness right now. You have to live out your greatness right now. So each day you have to make it full. 5:23, right before the alarm sounds off. Lovey's fast asleep and the dog's got a choking cough. And I drink my jet fuel coffee as I greet the morning sky. Get connected and cocky with a twinkle in my own eye. Reach out to the universe, command more of the same. Give that to me here right now. Radiate and ruminate, be life's burning flame. What do you gotta do? Just ask for it. Hybrid humble, hurrying on the 405. Excited and elated, I'm still youthful and alive. Hit the office with passion, humor, and calm. Be the magic that I am, and nothing can go wrong. Put the answers on the table, simplify the task. Look at them, look at me here right now. Electrify the atmosphere, go ahead and laugh. Ha 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 ha. Just ask for it now. I asked to be a singer in a band. I asked to be a lovely lady's leading man. I asked to be the one that calls the shots. Give all the greatness I've got. I can do that, so why not? That's the best part. I have lived a crazy life that's reached 1 million souls, surviving all my mountain climbs and the stories I've barely told. Touched upon the many fortunes I've lost but still achieved. One thing's damn certain, it don't work unless you believe. Put yourself in the place so you can know it. Give me that greatness right now. Put on a face so you can show it. When you ask for it, you can't have it all unless you're good for the goods. So you better be the best you can be. Now you can't mess around with what could or what should. It's gotta work out perfectly, something like that. Then the sun slides away and the evening can reveal. Experience and explore what you fiercely want to feel. Ignite that spirited energy, you rise to raise the stakes. Emphasize and realize it pretty much is what it takes. You can't afford to hold back any longer. Get with your greatness right now. Get with your greatness right now. Ask for it.
Ask for it. Now, let me ask you, in the asking, are you knowing?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's the funnest part.
Yeah.
It's sort of like playing truth or dare with yourself. Because if you ask for it, you better be good for it.
That's good. Ooh, I like that.
And I've always been one who is kind of a give me the ball kind of guy. I'm not afraid of pressure. I don't accept pressure.
Oh,
Okay?
yeah?
I had a lot of young years being an asthmatic, so pressure and breathing, I kind of had to learn how to do that differently than most. So I just don't accept that. And I don't accept can't very often.
Isn't that interesting? So out of this possible diversity, or adversity, excuse me, this possible adversity of being asthmatic, you adapted and learned and empowered yourself to take it as
that taught me how to take something bad and turn it into good.
Yeah.
What, because being an up and going and active person, I was forced to stay put. So I had to learn how to stay put and use my mind. And I learned how to do that. And I would watch old TV. I was the fifth Beatle until I was like 8, and they sat me down and said, "No, there's no Santa Claus. You're not the fifth Beatle."
Oh, wow. That's a great story. I love that. We're going to stay there. I'll try to press the buttons correctly. I'm going to push you out for 1 sec. All me. We're going to do the affirmative incantation for this week, and then we'll get back to another song from Steve this morning. So let me see if I can bring that up. There it is. Okay, great. So that's the affirmative incantation for the week. And I'm going to read it, and you can read along with me out loud if you'd like, or you could just listen to what I wrote and let that sink in. Now, remember, this is something you do every morning when you arise. before you start your day, before you start looking at your emails, before you even start working out or anything. This is the first thing you want to do once you wake up, is read through this, let it sit with you, contemplate this. I know it sounds like I'm asking you for 20 minutes. I'm asking you for 5, maybe even just 3, to read through this, let it sit with you, let it sink in. And then right before you fall asleep, let this be the last thought you had, the last idea that is going into your mind while you fall asleep. The great thing about doing it at night before you fall asleep is it really seeps into your subconscious, because you don't have the whole day and whatever's going on during the day to get in the way, possibly, of this idea. You fall asleep with this idea. You dream about this idea. This idea seeps into your subconscious. And as it does that, then you start a habit of a mental state that is equal to this. Change your perspective, change your life. Okay, so here we go. Those who are just going to listen, close your eyes if you'd like to, or leave them at a soft focus. And this is our affirmative incantation for the week. I am a unique representative of the living spirit. Within me, I express its indestructible creative essence. I am the captain of this ship, the mapmaker and the navigator. When I sail on my next journey, I sail with the wind at my back, the universe at my side, and cause and effect at my beck and call. So today, as I launch out on the trackless seas of life, I am fearless for any unknown shores, joyous on waves of ecstasy and prosperity, sailing no matter the winds that may blow, and chanting the words of success, beauty, wisdom, laughter, and love. I am a brave soul, a bold soul, safely daring my map of reality to expand farther, wider, and deeper with calm, peace, and poise at my every utterance, movement, and breath. Let that sink in. Know that it is a part of your life starting right here and now. Safely daring my map of reality, whatever that is, to expand farther, wider, and deeper, no matter the experience, no matter the condition, with calm, peace, and poise at my every utterance, movement, and the very breath I breathe. Every day for the next week, twice a day, this affirmative incantation. Alrighty, let's bring back Mr. Apperson. Got another song for us. Tell us a little bit about this song.
This song is called Dreams. Wrote this about 10 years ago. And it's just that, when I met Caressa and we just built our life about wanting to create together.
Yeah.
This was a song that kind of was just about my determination.
Okay. I'll step away, my friend, Steve Apperson.
I'm all worked up and a little beaten down. In the end, I feel okay. I love stirring up the cup while turning things around. I've always got something to say. I'm really tired of scratching and crawling, surviving by the skin of my teeth. Dying for the action, I'm calling, cause I got something underneath, burning underneath. I've got dreams. Dreams. With a little life dead ahead, ready to go, land the shotgun in my aim. I'm too anxious to arrive at the only place I know. Show you I'm not reaching in vain. I'm so close, I can taste it. I feel the flavor piercing in my mouth. I feel exposed, damn near wasted. Gotta get it out because I can't live without my dreams. Dreams. I've lived a lifetime to never say never, far too young to ever be young. Feeling's been inside of me forever, so let's do it now. Do it now, look out, life, I'm coming undeniably. Anchor my place and testify while running faster. Gonna capture all earth and space and find out all and every answer to every question of what life means. Cause I ain't holding back now for anyone or anymore or anything but my dreams. Dreams. I'm burned out to the core, but surprise attack awake with wings so wide open to fly. There's no way I can ignore the journey. I mistake those illusions that I have to defy. I've got no time for explanations. I'll just leave myself on the line, and then I'll glide to my destination right behind the light of my mind are all my dreams. Dreams. Lived a lifetime to never say never. I'm far too young to ever be young. The feeling's been inside of me forever, so let's do it now. Do it now, look out, life, I'm coming undeniably to anchor my place and testify while running faster. I'm gonna capture all earth and space. I'm gonna find out every answer to every question of what life means. Cause I ain't holding back now for anyone or anymore or anything but my dreams. Dreams.
Yeah, dreams. The dreams. Steve Apperson, thank you so much, Steve. Two great songs, a new song for the New Thought album that's eventually coming up for Steve. He's going to start recording that. Can't wait. So today we're talking about empowering your responsibility. I'm going to start with a series of questions. They're rhetorical. You don't have to answer them, but you can if you'd like. So here's one. Who is responsible for your life? Who's responsible for your mistakes? Who is responsible for your successes? Who is responsible for how you react, respond, or feel about the conditions around you? The news, people, criticisms, opinions, and judgments said at you, or the cooing, wooing love talk of your passion partner. Now, of course, you know the answer, even if it's just intellectually and you don't want to say it out loud, but you know the answer. It's not me. It's not God. It's not the universe or the law, right? Yeah, it's you. It's you about you. You are responsible for you. So no matter your education, your social status, how many times you went to a Tony Robbins weekend, or whether you're best friends with the Dalai Lama, absorbed every Neville or Ram Dass recording, seen every Super Soul Sunday broadcast, or read all the new thoughts that have ever been written, including mine, we all, me too, have a habit of, at least sometimes, blaming something outside of ourselves for things that we don't like that are happening in our lives, right? Like the way we were brought up, or your education, your neighborhood, your gender, addiction, your smothering mother, whatever it is that you like to blame on why certain things are happening in your life. It's not true. Like I say almost every week to you, to myself, to others, you can't just know this stuff intellectually. I have to remind myself of that as well. You can't just believe in these principles that we teach here, or have every New Thought phrase at the ready to explain away negative experiences that show up. You got to work it. You got to work this concept. You got to work these ideas. You got to work this philosophy. George Bernard Shaw wrote in Man and Superman, liberty means responsibility. That is why most men, most people dread it. They dread their liberty because that means they're responsible for everything that happens. With freedom comes responsibility, and each and every one of us have been given the freedom from the divine to attract unto ourselves that which we have decided we want to have. And that can be negative stuff too. So whether it be happiness or suffering, though you may temporarily lose control of your emotions sometimes, you are always in charge of your feelings and your behaviors. Again, I am not talking about blame, shame, or guilt here. I don't want you to step into victimhood. That stuff gets you nowhere fast. It's not about being a victim, and it's not about being a victim of a victim. I'm talking about personal power that each of us have, the stuff that will get you where you want to go fast and victorious. Personal power that was built into you and me and all of us. You are always at cause. I am always at cause. You're at the helm of your reactions and your responses. You have the power to do something to change your thinking and perspective to one that is happier and more peaceful. You have that power, and you can start it today. I don't care what you did yesterday. I don't care what you've been doing for 50 years. You can start it right here and right now because you always have that power. That power can never be taken away. Nobody can take it away from you. If you don't believe me, read the Frankl book. While he was in a Nazi concentration camp. A fabulous book. The title just went away. I'll find it and tell you about it. He was in a concentration camp, and he knew that the only thing they couldn't take away from him was what he was thinking. So we can either allow others to cause us stress and anxiety, or we can be the cause of our peace and calm. We can choose to use our triggers to embarrass and harass ourselves and our loved ones, or we can use those triggers to learn from and thus stimulate our growth. The choice is ours. Now, I don't know about you, but when I find myself shouting at someone or raising my voice even, it doesn't take long for me to feel kind of wrong inside, kind of icky, uncomfortable, sometimes even shaky. And it's not that I was necessarily unjustified in the anger or at what I was shouting about or raising my voice about or, putting an edge to my voice about, but the agita in my body expressing those emotions, not only do they not make me feel better, but the situation usually doesn't get resolved to its best, at least. My map, our map, your map of reality, what you have decided should be in life, how life is working around you, is being tested, provoked, prodded, poked. It brings out some frustration of not being heard. That's what happens to me, at least. Maybe it's a childhood thing. I'm not sure, that seeped into an adult thing. Could be being yelled at or talked into a corner equals a fear of what might come after the yelling, or the fear of feeling second rate. And thus that starts equaling an anger at that fear, at allowing that fear to show up, and worry about what that person is causing. But that person isn't causing anything that I'm not allowing them to. But even so, I can become, and I have become at sometimes, conditioned to get triggered, and thus to either shout in some way, not necessarily in a loud voice, or cower. Now, I learned that was a trigger of feeling less than, feeling second rate, that came from somewhere, I don't know. But at the same time, I realized I wasn't powerless. And a lot of that I learned from this teaching, but that I wasn't powerless, that I had all the power of the universe there to grab onto if I would just do it. And I could choose to either access that power or yell in some way or cower. I had that choice. I can make that choice. I could own it, be responsible for it, and thus change my state, my whole state of being about it. Or I could let it run my life. I learned that. I saw that. I began to see that I can't blame the other people for how I feel. What was unconscious because of habit became conscious, and then victimhood went out the window. And with victimhood going out the window followed struggle and drama. You know, I only like drama in movies, television, and on stage, and preferably with me performing one of the characters in that fiction. But drama in my life, no. Don't need it, don't want it, don't attract it. A gentleman named Roy T. Bennett wrote a book called The Light in the Heart. And he said, take responsibility of your own happiness. Never put it in other people's hands. I think that is so beautiful, so perfect, so true. And we do it all the time. And it may not be even a person that you're close to. It could be the government. It could be stuff you're hearing on the news. You start hearing it so often, you feel like it's true, and it's not true unless you decide it's true for you. Victimhood attracts victim experiences. The perspective of being the victor attracts victorious experiences. That's what I mean by perspective when I talk about change your perspective, change your life. When your perspective of you being the victor at all times, even in quote unquote failure, you're still the victor because you've learned something from that. That attracts more victorious experiences because that's what the law hears. The law of cause and effects, the law of attraction, whatever you want to call it, it hears this energy. Well, here's is the best word I can think of right now. It absorbs this energy, this frequency, this vibration of being victorious. And so it brings to you experiences that are, for you, victorious. Yeah, we're not responsible for what other people do, but by taking responsibility for our reactions, for our responses, our thoughts, emotions, feelings, and the surroundings we choose to be around, We empower ourselves to control our condition during any experience that shows up. And with that, we can choose the best route. We can choose the best path, the best thoughts, and the best life without excuses. Oh, I have to find this. Somebody posted something on Facebook today, and this is great. And she said, your triggers are your responsibility. It isn't the world's obligation to tiptoe around you. You know, I'm not saying that it's bad to have triggers. We all have triggers. But as those occur, when we take the time to realize that those are triggers, unconscious, subconscious, conscious, whatever they are, we learn from those. They become our own little red flag, and we can move forward through them, and sometimes slowly not have them show up anymore when that experience seems to attract that trigger. We have to do it. We have to do it for ourselves. Nobody really can help us. Even if you go to spiritual counseling with me, or a life coach, or a psychotherapist, their job is not to change you. Their job is to help you realize the truth, that you have the power, that idea, that old idea coming from junk stories that somehow you learned somewhere, are not your truth. It's just something that happens that you can not have happen anymore. As Yoda said in The Empire Strikes Back, do or do not. There is no try. So when you choose peace and calm, you can do that by, in the moment when you can feel that trigger coming on, just take a breath. Take a moment. Count backwards from 5. That'll help you. Those simple little tools will help you not jump into that trigger, not react with that trigger. They will empower you to remember who you are and the power you have to choose to respond to whatever's going on, whatever anybody says, including yourself. And you shall empower then your responsibility with the light of wisdom. And then open yourself up to the infinite greatness the universe has to offer. You get to choose. I get to choose every moment of every day. Choose wisely. Choose peacefully, lovingly, calmly, and walk your life in the poise of a victor. Thank you so much. Namaste.
Let us place our hands on our hearts and together declare our love offering blessing. Divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless. It is evidence of my conviction that God is the source and substance of my supply, I joyously contribute to the vision of my spiritual center, knowing that it returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is. Amen. Hallelujah. Thank you for your blessed love offerings.
We are blessed by you joining us every week, no matter if it's on Sunday or any other day. And there's other ways you can join us and be a part of our community, and that's on social media. Here's where. If you want to work on changing your perspective and changing your life above and beyond what we talk about here on Sundays and on our social media, I have written a book, and you can buy it on Amazon, and here's a little information about it. So please enjoy the book. You can get it in paperback or as an ebook, and then you will have it right there. Each month is its own theme, and I have a little essay on each month and what we're talking about that month. And you can start this anytime. You don't have to wait till January. You can add this to what we do here during the week. What I'm doing is I'm starting an affirmation revolution. I really believe in affirmative work, and this book is what it's all about. And there's a nice foreword and introduction and preface all in one, and it teaches you more and more about affirmations, why they work, the neuroscience behind them, and they're fun. Just like the ones we have here on Sunday. Sometimes they're poetic, sometimes they're silly, sometimes they're very serious. It's a story that I'm bringing you, that I'm leading you down a path to your magnificence that's already there. I'm not creating any magnificence for you. You have your magnificence, just like I just talked about. You just have to choose the wise words, the best ideas to put into your mind, your subconscious, and thus your life. So you see all the thank yous, the credits going on down there. I want to be sure and wish happy birthday to, I have several friends today that are celebrating birthdays. It's so cool. And happy birthday to anyone whose birthday is not just today, but this week. Reverend Steph St. Armand, her birthday's today. Reverend Doug LeBeau, my good friend and cohort in ministry, cohort actually too, in ministry. Reverend Jamie Klein was yesterday. Hello, Jamie. And my buddy Wally Kurth, my college buddy Wally Kurth, who you all see on a couple of soap operas. I think he's on both General Hospital and Days of Our Lives. He just hops back from studio to studio. Happy birthday, Wally. And happy birthday to anyone there celebrating their next trip around the sun. Yeah, goodness. So I want to tell you a little bit about the song we're going to end our broadcast on this morning before we get into our spiritual mind treatment to close our broadcast. to close our service, but to close our broadcast, we're going to play some Joni Mitchell. Now, many of you have probably seen this. Joni Mitchell, just a week ago, performed at the Newport Folk Festival. And it was a big deal. It was a big surprise to those people who were seeing great artists over, I believe it was last weekend. And she showed up one day. Paul Simon actually showed up as a surprise the night before or the day before. But Joni Mitchell showed up. And the reason I want to play this and want you to watch this, even if you've seen it, because I know it's been in the news and there was a big interview, all that sort of thing. Now, Joni Mitchell is 78 years old right now. She is still performing. She is still creating. She not only as a child surpassed childhood polio, which is a big deal at that time, especially, but, she had a brain aneurysm. Was it a decade ago or so? And they thought that was going to be it. Not necessarily that she was going to die, but from it, but that her life was going to be completely changed. But she chose different. She chose not to react to that as a lie in bed and slowly die. She taught herself how to walk again. I'm sure she had professional help as well, but she learned how to walk again because she had to. She learned how to play guitar again because she had to. And some of the ways she relearned to play guitar was by watching videos on YouTube, for all of you that are watching us on YouTube. She started over and maybe sometimes didn't enjoy the ride. But boy, when you see this, she gets to enjoy the ride from that journey back. So let us all, before we step into this beautiful song, let us close our eyes or put them at a soft focus and know together that we take responsibility for our lives. We take it because we know that we are the essence, the energy of that divine power that created everything, the Big Bang that created it all from that singularity, from that tiny, tiny, even smaller than microscopic point of energy to bring forth the universe, not just the outer universe that is around us, but the inner universe, the universe that is us. We are a universe unto ourselves. And in that universe, we get to make declarations, make knowings, make things happen. So I declare for each and every one of us, I have a consciousness for whatever dreams are floating around in your head. To be in a have consciousness of that which you have decided to declare. To be in a have consciousness for understanding, knowing, and getting past anything that has been able to trigger you into a negative emotion. And allow those to dissipate, fall away, and become null and void. Because today is the day we choose to be our best. Today is the day we choose to think at our highest. Today is the day forevermore that we understand and live our magnificence. The light and love and wisdom of the divine is within each and every one of us here and now. And we use it with great appreciation and gratitude to bring forth into our lives our best, most fun, joyous experiences. And so I release this word into the law that says yes, that listens, that is hearing, that is knowing, that is bringing and and doing the how of the bringing of this into our lives. As together we say, so it is. Amen, Omen, Hallelujah, Om Shanti, 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 Abracadabra. Here we are. Have a most fabulous week, my friends. I'll see you next week. I'll see you on TikTok in just a few minutes. And enjoy the great Joni Mitchell. Thank you so much. Namaste.
Joni, will you sing us a couple more?
What's that?
Will you sing us a couple more, Joni?
Okay.
Okay.
I'll do this one.
All right.
Okay. Rose and flows of angel hair and ice cream castles in the air and feather canyons everywhere. I've looked at clouds that way, but now they only block the sun, and they rain and they snow on everyone. So many things I would have done, but clouds got in my way. I've looked at clouds from both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow it's cloud illusions that I recall. I really don't know clouds. I really don't know clouds at all. Ferris wheels, the dizzy dancing way you feel as every fairy tale comes real. I've looked at love that way, but now it's just another show. You leave 'em laughing when you go, and if you care, don't let them know. No, don't give yourself away. Oh, I've looked at love from both sides now, from give and take. And still somehow it's love's illusions that I recall. I really don't know love. I really don't know love at all. I don't know love at all.
Tears and fears and feeling proud
To say I love you right out loud. Dreams and schemes and circus crowds. I've looked at life that shake their heads and they tell me that I've changed. Well, something's lost, but something's gained.
Tell him, Joni.
In living every day.
Living every day.
I've looked at life from both sides now, from win and lose, and still somehow it's life's illusions I recall. I really don't know life. I really don't know